Here are the 5 lessons I wish I knew before starting my nutrition and fitness journey. I've been creating content online for the better part of 2 or 3 years now, and I've been lifting weights since I started university, which was 10 years ago. So in this video, we're gonna discuss the 5 things I wish I knew 10 years ago before I started lifting weights. And by the end of this video, you'll hopefully be able to accelerate your gains and not make those same 5 mistakes that I did. Let's get into it.
It's very common when you're starting in the gym to watch videos of people like Ronnie Coleman, or Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Muscle, blood, and vision.
People like that are super intense in the gym and think, man, I gotta bring it 100%, I gotta kill myself every damn day. But much like intensity is important, load management and consistency is important to her. Now don't get me wrong, having intensity in the gym is super important. But I spent so many years of my fitness journey training until I absolutely couldn't move anymore because I was chasing soreness. All that brought me was injury and a crap load of fatigue, which kept me out of the gym more than it kept me in the gym. So what ends up happening as a result of all of this fatigue and training intensity is I end up overtraining to the point where I'm not showing up for leg training sessions anymore, or I've got crazy lower back pain after squat days and deadlift days. And then because I'm not showing up for training sessions, I'm getting behind on my progress instead of ahead. So really, I think it's important to take a step back before you take a step forward and assess how well you're managing your load. More is not always better. In fact, when I took it down a notch, I still have 2 leg training sessions, but I don't train as many exercises per week. I used to train 2 leg days with 6 exercises every day. Now I brought it down to 4, and actually I'm seeing way better gains than even with those 6 because I'm able to maintain my focus during the training sessions. And not only that, I'm actually able to recover and still show up 2 days a week, every week, without any serious nagging pains. That's a win if you ask me. And remember, you can still have an evidence-based plan for your fitness, but your fitness and nutrition needs to be very personal to you. And for myself, I may be able to last 6 exercises, 3 sets per exercise, 2 days a week. Not everyone will be able to. Much like I actually wasn't able to, someone might be able to. And that's why research provides ranges, because everyone is different. So you have to find the range that works for you. Sometimes less is more. And functional training is useless. Now don't get me wrong, you can train whatever way you want, but you don't need to train with all the fanciest equipment or all these crazy bands and all these weird ways. Sometimes the basics are the best. And in reality, muscle building is a stimulus-based response. If I'm training to become better at tennis, then I can't just work out in the gym. I also have to train at tennis to become better at tennis because there are some skills involved in that sport. So finding a good balance is important for you. And if overall your goal is to just get stronger or maybe better at running, then just stick to the basics. And whatever that function your body needs to meet, it'll do it because your body can adapt really well. Another important lesson that I had to learn is that you can't out-train a bad diet. Take a calorie deficit, for example. It's very easy for me to eat in a calorie surplus. For example, if I were to eat 3,000 calories per day, I probably wouldn't be very good at losing weight. But even for myself, who has a lot of muscle mass, it'd be very challenging for me to get my total daily energy expenditure above 3,000 calories. I can go deeper in on that in a future video if you guys want. Make sure to let me know down in the comments. However, the average North American consumes over 3,000 calories per day on average. No wonder obesity is a big problem in the US. It's super easy to overconsume our calories, with ultra-processed foods being readily available and commonly featured in the standard American diet. It kind of is sad, and it's next to impossible to consistently train hard enough to out-train a bad diet. So you have to at least show a little bit of focus on your nutrition. But just because we're dialing in our nutrition, it doesn't mean that we need to have hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of supplements. What it really means is we just need to dial in the ones that are important to us and realize that supplements are just supplements. They're meant to fill the gaps where our nutrition fails. Take a protein powder supplement, for example. Even if you have 1 scoop of it per day, all it's doing is adding 25 to 30 grams of protein to your total daily intake. Now, if you were to only consume that, will it fix your entire diet? No, it won't even take a bad diet to a good diet. I mean, look, the FDA isn't even properly regulated. Even if what they were saying on the marketing labels was true, supplements aren't magic. They're just the sprinkles on top of the cake. But if your diet is completely dialed in, you got enough fruits and vegetables, and already a good amount of foundational protein in, it can take a great diet and make it become a perfect diet. Oh yeah, and you can use code Edin to save on some Legion creatine. Tastes delicious. And as far as multivitamins go, you don't need to be consuming these in excess either. More is not always better. In fact, if you're already consuming enough of these through your diet because you got a great variety in your diet, then these just became some really expensive urine.
Now look, I don't have anywhere near the best physique on the internet. I'm not the smartest guy, I'm not saying I know everything, but I do know that one of the most important tips is this last one. Oh, there's a crow at my window. And that's to keep it simple, stupid. As long as you work consistently at your task, even if you do something suboptimally, but you do it consistently, you'll still get significantly better results than the person who burns out after working way too hard for a short period of time. And by keeping it simple and doing exercises you enjoy, working out where it makes sense in your schedule, and doing things like I do where if I can't get out for a walk, I have my walking pad underneath me. Is it the most optimal for my cardio because maybe I'm not going for long runs? No, but I'm working full time and I'm making content for you guys all the time, so I do what I can. And honestly, as someone with type 1 diabetes, I'm in the top 1% for my health. And while I would never say that I don't work hard, I absolutely do, I also make sure to keep my nutrition simple. Do I force myself to eat clean all the time? No, but I make recipes that I can rely on, and I make them frequently so that I can eat quickly and eat towards my goals, being high protein, high fiber, and very satiating. Especially bonus points if it's like this chili recipe that I'll be showing in the next video, because that thing slaps, and they're super quick, super easy, super tasty, and very cheap. We all like saving money. So with all that said, those are the 5 things that really changed my fitness journey. Comment down below what's some of the best advice you would give your past self to get you towards your goal a lot faster. And what are the things you've learned along the way? If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one.